Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. What is going on? Okay. Hi. If you're here, make sure you speak in the chat. Hi, for those that are watching the replay or that are new here, my name is Carmen, founder and curator of Black Sewing Network, a network that celebrates and amplifies Black voices in the sewing community. Oh, I'm super excited about tonight's live because I really, really need what I'm about to make. Hello, Will. Hello, Will. Hello, everybody in the chat. If you haven't already, please make sure you click the thumbs up button and like this live. If you're not subscribed, why not? Why not? What you waiting for? Hi, RVBs. Hi, y'all. Welcome in. I meant to send this to Facebook, but oh well. We're here. We're here now. RVBs. You improved my esteem every time. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for your sweet words. I've been trying to get dressed a little bit more on a daily basis. But today we are making period panties, y'all. Okay. And these are period panties technically, but they could also be used for my girlies that, you know what I'm saying? Have a little they may have a little tinkle in the middle of the night, okay? That's your business. But nobody has to know. But I absolutely love these panties. Okay. I use them even when my period ain't on, y'all, because I don't know about y'all, but I feel like once 35 hit, baby, sometimes I don't make it to the bathroom. Sometimes I do not make it to the bathroom. So this is a free seam work pattern. Hey Lynn. The pattern I included is linked in the description. It is free. The pattern is available in the size 0 to 26. So it comes in two size ranges, a 0 to a 16, and then an 18 to a 26. So yes, you can download them free on Steamworks website, and I linked it below if you want to grab it. I also included another pattern company, Ellie and Mac. They have a panty pattern, but they also gave a blog about how you can make the period panty as well using their pattern. They might be a little bit offer a more of a size range. I'm not sure, but I just included that for alternative. Their panty pattern is $7. So, I would say try the free one first. But I know a lot of people that really love Ellie and Matt. So definitely check them out if you haven't already. So yeah. This is gonna be a short live, y'all. This does not take long at all, but I will go over like the pattern pieces, and what I am personally using, as well as some alternatives or preferred fabrics to use if you are going to make this, or like reusable pads. So yeah, if you haven't liked the live, please make sure you click the thumbs up. Hi, Anna. I'm just gonna let people know on Instagram that I am live. So yeah, how's everybody doing today? Is anybody else sewing today? Excuse me. I got my coffee. I'm drinking coffee way too late. What did y'all have for dinner? Hold on. I'm live making period rolls. Okay. I let the folks know. Anyway, what else is everybody making today? All right, y'all. So it's literally only 4 pattern pieces, y'all. Okay. This looks very similar to a uh your panties that you have at home. Okay. Great scrap buster. Like if you have this might, I don't know if this is of course fat quarter is cotton, so you don't want to use that, right? But I feel like you can make like the equivalent, a knit equivalent to a fat quarter using this pattern. So this is the panty back. This is the panty front. Full coverage panty, okay? This ain't no thongs up in here. Sewing now, spent my day at DMV, Epic Fail. Oh, the DMV is no fun. Salmon tacos, that sounds good. Okay, and then we have the gusset and the absorbency layer for the gusset. So I'll talk about each of the fabrics that I'm using and my suggestion for if you have like time to plan this project, what you should use. So for my main panty, I'm actually using some rib knit that I had left over in my stash. I got this rib knit from Lynn, y'all. I still need to make my outfit, but I prefer to make these in a rib knit or a structured knit. I know panties are more typically lightweight, but I like my period panties that have, I like to feel a little bit more supported. So I'm using the super thick rib knit from Lint LWS trim. So I don't know how many yards I got. I think I got like 4 or 5 yards of it. So I had a lot, but again, I only needed like a little scrap in the corner. Hey T, hey Julian. All right, so that's what I'm using for my main panty, okay? Then you need for the gusset, you need I'm using a piece of this main panel, okay? Then you need a compression. Yes, compression. That's what I'm saying because like I don't know about y'all, but when my period is on, I don't like the underwears that move around a lot because I feel like my protection products be moving around with them. So I'm like, no. So I'm using another piece of the rib knit. And then for the gusset, you need a waterproof layer. So I'm using some faux leather that I had in my stash. I think I got this from Joanne. No, I got this from New York years ago. Now, for the this faux leather is like a version of PUL, but they do have like PUL fabrics that are supposed to be used for the waterproof layer that are specifically like mainly used for diapers and reusable pads. So you can buy that, but this works. It works. You can see there's a shiny side as well as like a more matte side. So that's what I'm using. And funny, haha, it's red, right? Anyway, so then I'm also using for this layer, you need a lining. So for my lining to give myself an extra kind of absorbency layer and also something that matches the panty, I am using sweatshirt fleece. Again, a little piece of scrap that I had in my stash. Now for this layer, I like to use like a lightweight knit, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna use this because I feel like since I don't have like the proper absorbency that I really want, I was like, I'm gonna just give myself a extra layer of protection. You're supposed to cut one of these. Now, for the absorbency layer, I'm using a fleece, but I know people sometimes for their absorbency layers like to use flannel or not flannel. What's the other one? Felt. I don't know. I like to use fleece, but they use something where I volunteer called Zorb, Zorb. Zorb absorbs a lot more liquid and can handle a lot more fluid than this. But again, is this the only thing I use as a source of protection? No, but I think these are great for if you know your menstrual cycle is about to come on, or as an extra layer of protection, especially overnight, right? So yeah, that's just me. That's just me. I be using. Listen, I know. At my big age of 65, I still be having accidents. So having like, I listen. I wear all the things, okay? And so this is like super comfortable. Again, I wear them like I do wear them by myself, like towards the end of the period when you're just kind of spotting. I will wear these by itself. So anyway, let's get to started. So first things first, we're going to prepare our gusset. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to base the outside of the gusset. So this is the main fabric to the waterproof fabric. We're going to base those two things together on the side, leaving the top curved part alone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Hey Terrence. Hey Tydri. Hey Brittany. Hey Aisha. Hey Renee. Hey Sin. Hey y'all. Is anybody else sewing tonight? Aisha, you coming back next week? I went up there real quick. I wasn't there for long today. What I'm referring to is the Pashi Global Project. I volunteer there a lot of Sundays, I mean Wednesdays out of the month. And today was my first day back. I just wanted to drop off stuff though. I just want to drop off stuff today. So yeah, there is a pattern for Black Soul Network. We made what did we make? We made all right. So now I'm just going down the side and basically we made the wet bags, but they said we help sort of fill the gap in terms of like their need for wet bags. So we're gonna continue to do that. But now they gotta catch up with the pads. So I am gonna do like a demo of how to make the pads. Renee did make a pattern for them. So yeah, just stay tuned for that information, y'all. I just got done with another set of quilt blocks. Yes, come on, quilt blocks. Come on, quilt blocks. Working through a few widths. We love it. No, no, no. They still need the bags, Aisha. I was just saying they said us as well as there's an organization in Jersey. Because normally they can't give out a lot of bags because a lot of people don't know how to make it. But between Black Sewing Network and another org, um, and I met with the fundraiser committee today, and I suggested I was like, this is how many y'all should probably do. They had this, because I like to work in numbers, and so I was like, okay, so for the year you should try to help. What did I say? 2,600 girls. So they need 2,600 wet bags. I told them Black Sewing Network was gonna pledge 1,000. Not to be signing y'all up for stuff y'all didn't ask to do, but everybody seems to want to help. So there's that. There's that. All right, y'all. I'm just basting the size down with a straight stitch. You can do this on a serger if you want. Okay. Okay. Now should I be looking at the directions? Yeah. I should, but am I? No. All right. So we have the outer fabric on on the absorbency fabric. Yeah, I did it right. So you want to make sure that it stretches like you're sewing because this is only two-way stretch. So it is important to cut on the appropriate grain. So it stretches from left to right like that. So yeah, we're good to go. Now for the sweatshirt fleece, I'm going to add the absorbency layer. So you want to make sure you leave about 3/8 of an inch at the top. Hold on. First of all, you want to make sure you put it on right. Hold on. Because it looks the same on both sides. One side is smaller than the other. So yes, you want to flip that around. And at the top, I'm leaving about 3/8 of an inch open there. And on the bottom, I'm leaving 3/8 of an inch open. So like right above the notches. And we're going to baste the sides together as well. So I'm going to clip that. Be more intentional about the basting. So, because at the end, you're going to do like a stitch in the ditch to make sure it stays in place. Yeah, 2,600. That's why I said we can do it. I'll be thinking. I'm like, think big, think big. See, I'm about to do a one pager for them and help them with that. Um, so that'll be part of BSN service. So we'll definitely be doing a day of service. Thinking about doing two this year to help with the push. So we'll see. I did, Julian. Julian, how far are you from Cleveland? My godson moved down there for his he graduated, but his externship, I guess you can is it called externship once you graduate? All right, y'all. So we have the lining, and I'm going to base the absorbency layers to the lining. Hi, Tammy. Listen, I'm also going to be doing something at the sorority wear retreat. Everybody don't know they about to get in line with these bags. Them bags about to be at the sorority wear retreat. Child, listen. But I only signed this up for 1,000. That's not that many. I said don't be. I said Black Soul Network got y'all on 1,000. That's not a lot, right? That's not a lot. 1,000 is not a lot, right? I don't think so. Thanks, Sean. We got the whole year. We got the whole year. But no, the year will be over before we know it. So I'm trying to be strategic about it. Y'all, could y'all imagine like going through your period without real like Not being able to go to school because your period is on. Now, granted, I did used to use that as an excuse, like, oh, I'm in pain. I'm in pain. Lord Jesus Christ. Lord, send a revival. She gonna be like church, like, listen, I'm gonna be like, what Marvin's that? Close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. Y'all, did y'all see that Drewski skit? The church folks was real mad. They were real mad. They tried to call that man blasphemous. Was he? Cause that's how y'all pastors be looking. That's how y'all pastors be looking. Y'all said that man being blasphemous, but that's how y'all pastors be looking, baby. Baby, listen, don't get me started. Lord, send a revival. Send a revival, Lord. Don't get me canceled, Lord. Don't get me canceled. Don't get me canceled, Father God, because the way I didn't even know it was a skit or it was I didn't know it wasn't real for like a good 30 seconds. I was like, oh shoot, I didn't even know. I said, Lord, the Saints ain't going like this. The Saints ain't going like this. They're not going like this. The exact same outfit that pastor in New York that got charges. Did he go to jail for the money thing, or did he go to jail for hitting one of the members of his congregation? Because he definitely hit that lady. It was a man in New York. No, actually, it was two pastors. One had on the full Dior suit. The other one just had on the jacket. It was two of them that had on. I was like, what is that? The pastor surrogate? Lordy. He had it too. Hey, Shem. Are you back from your vacation? All right, y'all. So this is the absorbency layer and the lining. Okay. So that's what's going to appear at the top. Okay. Y'all, I'm definitely like stretching this out. All right, so now we're going to apply the original gusset piece, the main gusset piece, to the main panties. So you pay attention. Pay attention. So we're going to put right sides to right sides together on the back, and we're going to attach the gusset. And the seam allowance for this, I believe, is 5/8 of an inch. Okay. Child, they mad because it's true. It was too close to the truth, Sean. That's why they mad. It was too close to the truth. Baby. They were like, wait a minute. Cause it's like, which one of our pastors you talking about? Pick one. Pick one. All right, so we still want us at a 5/8 of an seam allowance. They said, which one of our pastors is you talking about? Okay, pick one. That man, you know what? So now they're kind of showing a lot of people on social media. All right, so that's how it's looking on one side. Y'all see how quick this pattern comes together? I should have cut out two. I should have cut out two. That's just me. The bad thing about it is the gotcha is they started. A lot of people are like bringing up old clips of like the pastors that he is mimicking. I totally forgot Mike Todd used his free will to spit in his hand. That would be the last day I was at that service. The fact that y'all went back after that man, nasty man, spit in his hand. Where is he located? Where's his city? Is he in Detroit? Is he in Detroit? Where Mike Todd at? Cause I need y'all to come to the front. Wherever he's from, come to the front. It's given Detroit or Chicago. Where is he located? Come to the front if that's your city. I knew Sin was gonna be here. I knew Sin. Listen, I'm just calling out places that are known for mega churches. It's Dallas. I feel like Texas, Detroit, Chicago, Texas, Detroit, and Chicago, and the Carolinas. Come to the front. He ain't in Philly. That man is not in Philly. We don't got mega churches. We only got one mega church in Philly, and that's E9. We like him. He cool. We only got one mega church in Philly. Well, maybe two. Maybe two. But like on the books, it's really only like one. All right, y'all. So now we're going to use the burrito method, which I don't like doing, to attach the lining. This is where this be getting me every time. Okay. It be getting me every time. So I don't like doing burrito methods and shirts. I don't like doing them in. Y'all talk about something. Don't talk about Chicago like that. He used to be at Carlton Pearson's church. All right, so I was supposed to do the burrito method, honestly, but the burrito method for me, I'll just be tucking stuff to the side. But basically, we're attaching the lining to the outer fabric and the. Let me show y'all what y'all supposed to do. We supposed to roll it up same way we be rolling up. In fact, let me add this to the stage. For those that are sewing along, which I don't think anybody is, but boom, there we go. Mike Todd in Tulsa, Oklahoma. What's that? In Tulsa, Oklahoma? They got black people in Oklahoma? Who else don't like doing the burrito method? Not I. Can't stand it. Can't stand doing a burrito method. Does Michael Pearson be doing shenanigans like that too? Sure. Okay. So we're gonna sew at the sides. Boom. There are. I didn't know that. I learned something new today. All right, we got one side done. Tiger, did you make this pattern before too? I feel like Tiger made this one too. Okay, y'all. Okay. Send the revival. So essentially, we're gonna put the other sides together, stitch down, and then we're going to turn it. Turn, baby, turn. Tiger, tell people in the chat how good this pattern is. Tell them, isn't this a good pattern? Because me and Tiger were online, like, we're not going to use tampons. Blah, 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 blah. So I made it a couple months with just using reusable pads in this. I made it a couple months. I made it a couple months, but I sorry, y'all. I gotta go back to me. I had to go back to using the ponds because I was like, I need them. I need. Oh shit. All right, y'all. You want to get that out the way? Hopefully, I don't sew over the other layers. Let's hope I keep them out the way. It gets a little bulky on the inside, but you'll get you'll get the job done. You'll get it done. All right. Any friends in DC going to use the monk? You know what? I've been saying I wanted to meet up with the monks. All right, let's see, y'all. Let's see. Hopefully I didn't. Hopefully I ain't go. Oh shoot, I think I did. Oh wait. Y'all, we made it. Y'all see the lining? So it had, y'all can see on the inside, it has the absorbency layers, it has the waterproof layers, and the outside. It came out perfect. Okay. Oh, you know what? At what point am I supposed to add this elastic though? Okay. Y'all, look, let me press her out a little bit. Where's my fucking Ouch. I'm gonna let my Oliso heat up a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna press her out, and then we're going to basically fold over the lining piece and just do a quick little top stitch. And basically our gusset is all done. It's gonna be clean. Yes, I got me a pair of drawers. I got me a good old pair of drawers. Where's it? Where are they gonna be, Anna? And I've never had a baby before, but I imagine you could use these for maternity drawers. I imagine. I don't know. I've never had a kid, so all the Tiger, you had a kid. Could these be used for baby draw, like maternity draws, like an extra layer of support? Let me know, cause I don't know. I be obsessed with the monk videos. Who else be getting emotional when they see the monk videos? I know I do. All right, y'all. So I'm about to turn this in and do a little quick stitch in the ditch. My stitch in the ditch don't be stitching in the ditch. I be boohooing like a little dummy. I be boohooing at them monk videos. Like, why can't there just be world peace? They gotta be out there with their dog. Boo-hooing. Especially like when the doctors get a hold of them. Child. I be like, Lord. They really be out there. Boo-hooing like a little silly girl. So now I'm just throwing down the lining. It ain't the cleanest, but it gets the job done. It ain't the cleanest, but it gets the job done. Ah, I can't wait to wear my little drawers. All right, so one side is sewn down. You can hand stitch that too, but again, who is looking down there? Who is looking down there? Who is looking down there? Not me. All right, so some of mine caught on the side. Yeah. If you was all up in my drawers, find a new hobby, sis. Find a new hobby. I'll do this one. Okay. Uh, Again, black is cool. Use black for your first one. If you want this to look all pretty and stuff, practice a couple times with black. Practice a couple times with black. Okay, this side is a little janky, but that's fine. Again, it gets the job done. A little janky, but it gets the job done. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to sew the side seams right sides together. At a 5/8 is an inseam allowance. Okay, we got one side of that. Essentially, our drawers are done. You just got to add the elastic. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They look like big old granny drawers, but when I tell you they are so comfortable, I might just wear them in the night for good measure. I should have made a size 10. These look a little big. These look a little big. I probably should have cut the size 10. So that's the inside. This is the outside. She is cute. Yeah. That little top stitch a little janky, but that's fine. Okay. So now we're going to fold this over. I'm going to fold mine over 1 inch. That's where I'm going to insert my elastic. Okay. Hold on, bitch. Actually, I'm gonna I don't think I want to use it. Let me see what they say. Hold on, let me check the directions. Stop doing what I want to do. For the elastic at the waistband, they want you to use fold over elastic. Hold on. I think I should be fine. You know what? I'm a roll. I'm a roll with it. You know, push come to shove, I can make another pair. Push come to shove, we can make another pair. Okay. So Brittany's sewing with you got fold over. Lynn be like, I got that. I got it. Lynn, what don't y'all have? What doesn't LWS trim have? Yeah, I probably should. I probably should have made that one a little bit smaller, but that's fine. All right, y'all. Definitely probably should not have done that side, but whatever. It was giving a little bit bulky bulk. Okay, so we're gonna insert some elastic in there in a few. Let me cut some of this thread off. The back look good, the front look crazy. All right, so I'm going to use some, instead of fold over elastic, I'm gonna use what I have, and that is, I have this. So we're going to use, shut up, think about that. Some swimsuit fit joints. Yeah, it's gonna have to do. It's gonna have to do. You know what I should do? So we're gonna base that in. And just fold it over ourselves. Why did I cut this in advance? I should not have. This was not smart. Okay. Didn't think that was. All right, y'all. So now I'm going to just zigzag top stitch that, fold it over, and zigzag stitch in the clear elastic. Hmm. Neat. Okay. And I tried, and I tried, and I tried. All right. Make you some draws. Y'all, we are only an hour in, and I spent like the first 10 minutes talking. Okay. Okay, we got the first side done. Not bad. Not bad. Let's hope it fit my thick thighs, child. Let's hope it fit my thick thighs. I'm not even mad. Y'all see the vibes. Y'all see the vibes. Again, fold over elastic is probably best, but you can always just use what you have. Do the best you can with what you got. So we're gonna baste the swimsuit elastic in. Baste that joint in and fold it over yourself. This was actually fun to make. I'm not mad. Now, girl, what was you doing over here, sister cat? Ooh. All right, y'all. We're going to again fold over the other side. If you have fold over elastic, you could do that in one step. And I'm going to use a zigzag stitch. Okay. I got something in my eye. Oh no. Please. Please. Now this thing want to act crazy. Please. Please don't get on my nerves. There's always one side that don't want to give you the bleeding. Please don't get on my nerves. So, hold on, y'all. Don't piss me off. You know what? It was going good until it wasn't. No, it's not bad. It's just the one side is just acting up a little bit. Get back in formation. Okay. All right. I think we're good. All right. We back in motion, y'all. We got motion. We got motion, y'all. We got motion. Shut up. Come on. Not. Yeah, definitely use that was a photo elastic for this because this said fold over where. Fold over where, my dear. That's why it's janky as hell, yo. It's a fold over where. Where would you like to fold over? Your hopes and dreams? All right, y'all. With a little press. Who's gonna know? It's black. It's black. Oh, let me press you out a little bit. Let me press you out a little bit, cause hold on. Let me press you out, cause nobody's gonna know. Let me press you out. Ain't no problem. It said keep your eyes on me. Eyes on me. We got that pressure. Wow. All right. Who gonna check me, boo? All right. So the elastic is in the legs. Yeah, this gonna fit me. At first, I was like, "Oh, this gonna be too big, girl." No. Big thighs save lives. Big thighs save lives. Okay. Hold on. Let me just try this on for good measure. Hold on, y'all. Let me try this on the side. I ain't gonna get on camera with this, but yeah, I definitely made them too. So what I'm gonna do with the top is I'm gonna just keep it as this for now. I should have did a smaller and I still can take it out at the top. So yeah, I'm gonna take out the keep your eyes on me. Eyes on me, you got that pressure. So for the top, I'm going to do a smaller elastic. I should have did the thighs first. Even though it's a pain. I did do a straight stitch, thank God. But I don't it's probably too much of a pain to take this stitch out, even at the straight stitch. So we might have to live with that decision. Yeah, no, we're gonna live with that decision. That's fine. Yeah, we're gonna keep that as is because this rib knit, it is not easy to seam rip. So we're gonna live with our decision to make that 1 inch. Half inch, okay. 1 inch, not so much. That's if you want full coverage. It still fits, but it's fine. Carmen, you didn't think through that. You didn't think through that, but the majority of it is done. So we're gonna just add the elastic in. Again, this is a free pattern. I use rib knit for my main fabric. For my lining, I use sweatshirt fleece. For my absorbency, I mean my waterproof layer, I use some faux leather. And for my absorbency layer, I use fleece. So I'm using 1 inch elastic at the top. Just make sure you keep that elastic flat. I would not use what is it called? I would stay away from no roll elastic. That might be a little constricting. So yeah, get the fold over elastic, or you can use the standard elastic, but no roll would be uncomfortable on this. So, and I'm using a safety pin, a good old safety pin. You can use a bobkin if that's your business. Come on. Child, I ain't get to the other side yet. I'm almost at the other side. Almost there. I'm gonna try these on the side. If I'm comfortable with how they look, I will show y'all on camera. Can't make no guarantees though. Can't make no guarantees. I really don't want to keep this flat. Stomach on flat, flat. I want to keep it flat. Let's try to keep his stomach on flat, flat, and come on, Sister Cat. Hopefully, this is the right. Let's see where we at. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna try to straighten out the elastic. Any tips on how you keep your elastic straight? Every time I get it past the seam, I feel like that's when it starts to twist and turn. I want to keep it straight. It be cool until it passes the seam. Well, it is what it is. Let's just keep it here. All right. Just going to stitch it down. Before you say use a back, and that's how you keep it straight. Leave me alone. All right, y'all. Okay. And then, oh God, okay. Y'all just don't want me to let me be great. Last step is to close up the channel. Very similar to like if you're doing a pair of elastic pants. Okay. And we're done. Let me see how these look off camera. I will let y'all know. Clip the threads. That's how we're looking. Protection. All of this is protection. Lining, 2 absorbency layer, 1 waterproof layer, and then the back of the fabric. So that's how it looks. Really straightforward pattern, y'all. It does get a little confusing with the burrito method. Honestly, if you don't really care, you could just serge the whole thing together, child. And just stitch right sides together on the front and the back. If you want to like, if you don't really care about it being clean on the sides. If you don't care about it being clean on the sides, you can honestly just serge all the layers together and just stitch the front to the back, the front of the gusset to the back of the gusset, and then just add your elastic that way. If you don't care about it looking clean like that on the sides, that is an alternative. All right, let me see if I can try these on and bring it to the camera. I'll let y'all know. I don't know. I don't know. Hold on. I'll let y'all know in a second. We shall overcome. All right, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all because it's really like you're showing swim trunks. All right, so definitely don't do a 1 inch. Don't do 1 inch elastic, y'all, because you see how all that coverage here. I'm losing out on a lot of coverage for that. And if you don't do the fold, I folded over the elastic twice. I should have serged that and just folded it over once. So I'm losing about a 1/4 inch coverage on the cheeks, but it's still covered in the cootie cat area. Okay. So again, if you're going to do the fold over method for the elastic, if you don't use fold over elastic and you just have like regular elastic at home, only use maybe a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch, and on the sides just baste in maybe a 3/8 of an inch elastic and fold it over once, not twice. I would serge it in, baste it in, serge it in, and only fold it over once. Hopefully that makes sense. Really straightforward pattern, but that is my recommendation. I'm gonna put on my pants. I'm gonna put on my pants, but that is just my, because I ain't making it in a long time. I ain't making them in a long time. I had drawers on under this though to give myself some extra coverage. So that's where I messed up. That's where I messed up. But a lot of people don't have photo elastic at home, so that's why I was like, let me just use what I have in my stash. So at the top, only use 1/2 inch or more, or less. 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch elastic at the top. Okay. Don't use an inch. And on the sides, I folded it over twice because I didn't, serge it just to give it a cleaner. Don't do that. So just serge it. Or if you don't have a serger, just do a really wide zigzag stitch and fold it over once on the sides. Hopefully that makes sense, y'all. Again, it's a free pattern by Seam Work. I cut a 12. I probably can go down to a 10 with those adjustments. Definitely use like a Panty or a rib knit fabric. I would stay away from jersey for my main fabric, but for the lining fabric, I have used like scraps of jersey. But I really like how the sweatshirt fleece feels on my cootie cat. So anybody that has any sweatshirt fleece, in fact, you can probably use the sweatshirt fleece for the whole thing. Honestly, the outer fabric and the lining, you probably can use a sweatshirt fleece. I might do that again. Thank you. What time is it? I might go on TikTok and try this again. But yeah, with those adjustments. Okay, so again, pull the serger out, y'all. Pull the serger out. That's what I would do differently. Fold over once. If you don't have that fold over elastic, and only an inch at the top. Okay. Yes, definitely try it. Let me know how you like it, Chris. It's essentially like swimsuit bottom. Would I use it for a swimsuit bottom? I wouldn't. I would not, but that's me personally. But I know people, I use a tampon when I swim. But yeah. So yeah, try it. Let me know how you like it. It's a free pattern. Again, I have made these several times. I feel like they provide a great. I plan on using it during my next cycle, which is a few days away. But yeah, it's not a hard. So the hardest part is definitely like that. The if you're comfortable with the burrito method, this will be a breeze. But if you're like not used to doing a burrito method, I say just surge all the layers together and no, but you had the gusset at the top. I mean, you can surge it all. Honestly, you can surge it all together, and just it's just gonna be an exposed surge edge on this side too. So that's an option. That's an option. Do with that information what you want. But yeah, let me know if you try it. And yeah, we're done in an hour and 15 minutes. Thanks for hanging out and making these reusable, well, these period panties with me. Yeah, I'll definitely be making them again. So yeah, let me know if you try them and I'll talk to you guys later. Again, link to options are in the description. And thanks for joining me. All right, y'all. Bye. Hold on. Yep. See you later.